Okay, Saturday morning in the kingdom, and there's a slight breeze. It's all lies. Yes, it's all lies. We woke up this morning at 6:10 to -5 Celsius, but feels like -8. That's lies. It's now 0 degrees, but that wind has a chill to it. Yes, on the yo-yo scale, +24 Fahrenheit, but feels like +18 at 6:10 this morning. And the reason I was up at 6:10 was to check on the little diesel heater. It made it through the night. It didn't have dramas or issues. We'll talk about that when we go in the shop, because we got to finish up, how would you say, our morning intro out here. Standing here holding a stick and a piece of paper and trying to read it with dark glasses on, and it's dark out here. All right, so no water haul today, because one, it's supposed to snow, and two, it's too warm. And we didn't haul yesterday in fear of the gong show truckers. Yes, that's the last thing we need to do, is share the road into WHO-ville with the gong show truckers and their jake brake shifting on frickin' real. So they'll take them probably till Christmas to haul that sand away. Unreal. They got the gravel hauled. Now it's just the sand, and it'll take them a while. All right, let's scroll a bit more. So today we're going to... Where are we? I'm dizzy already. Yeah, right. All right, so today we're going to have to put the tire chains on the 46 Chevy so we can haul some firewood. Yes, some kindling crap. So we dug out those tire chains yesterday, so we'll put them on. So we'll do the wood today instead of Sunday, and we'll do the water haul on Sunday because it's supposed to be colder. Yes. All right, just a little bit more. We have the wood stove going in the hoe shack to warm up the hoe, and the doggies too. And we don't have the wood stove going in the shop because we're using the wood stove, and there's an exhaust pipe for the little diesel heater. All right, let's just do just about one rotation. I'm trying to focus here. I've actually done quite a bit of work this morning. The boss would be impressed. Look at the flags. There's not enough left of them to clean off the tank. We're going to have to improve that. All right, let's go check on the little diesel heater to show how it made it through the night. Oh, yes, and here comes the boss. He'll want to look at it, too. Okay, we're now in the shop, and when I came out at 6:10 this morning, we turned off the diesel heater. Yes, we turned it off. We just kept pushing buttons until it turned off. So we're thinking this middle one here is the control on, off, everything like that. And plus the control panel is backwards. This doesn't make it go up. That makes it go down, and that makes it go up. Unreal. But we're learning. The staff will figure it out. Like she did these inverters over here. Okay, over here. And then she told me how to operate it. Yes, all right. So now we got it going. I turned it down for video purposing. So this morning when I came out for doing the morning intro and everything at 8:30, I went to start it, and all we got was smoke on here, smoke out of the corner by the exhaust, and it would not kick in. You could smell raw fuel. That's because it was sensing code 10. Code 10 means blockage of air or exhaust. So that little pipe on there as the snorkel tube to get rid of the exhaust into the wood stove, and then up was censoring it. So that's good to know, that you can't take this exhaust and shove it in somewhere else. Basically, this instrument has to have the exhaust go out to outside. Like either you can't restrict it on a startup because it has sensors, which is good. Okay, once the thing wouldn't ignite, like the SR71 afterburners, you need ignition, ignite for it to ignite. Knowing that this is all full of fuel, okay, raw fuel has been, I would say, chugging in, the pump's pumping. I shut it off, and then I disconnected the batteries. I moved it over to here to hopefully erase its little memory. And then I hit the start button, got it going. It goes through its thing. Your little oil pump thing doesn't show up for the first minute, I think it is. And then it came on, and then when this thing did ignite, I had this pipe off here, and it got a little smoky in here because that was raw fuel that was being burnt off and everything, so it kind of black smoke and everything. So that's good to know. All right, so we purchased this diesel unit or heater on the suggestions of YouTube subscribers, Kingdom followers, suggesting that's what the staff needs to start her Yamamoto diesel motor. It's okay. Because we were trying to figure out how to work an electric block heater in while the power's out. How are we going to start it? So now the staff can shut that diesel off overnight and then use this in the morning to heat up the box, and then she can have her charge her batteries up from inverter power. But doing it in the winter is going to be totally different. But we're quite confident those being trucker batteries are made for the cold weather. Yes. Oh, the voice. See what happens when you don't have beverage in your morning coffee? Yes. All right, let's go quickly walk the dogs, and then we can let this thing warm up the shop because we can't use the wood stove until all testing is done. I don't know why.
Saturday morning in WHO-ville, it's just after 9 a.m. and as you can see, the sun is shining. There's not that many clouds in the sky and it's actually pretty warm out here right now, so let's head inside, let the dogs out and make breakfast, and this afternoon I'll head over to the kingdom and see what we're doing today.
Okay, late lunch in the kingdom because we were working hard outside. Also too, this morning when we got it going, we turned this thing on and we're at 5. Okay, let's see what we got here. Okay, we have 3.5 hours run time and we're on the setting of 5. We're using up the fuel, but we're noticing it like Crown Royal. When you're drinking beer, nobody cares. A 2 for a beer seems to last a long time when you drink by yourself, but a Crown Royal starts dropping, so we're noticing the fuel consumption. Yes, 3.5 hours run time, and the shop is warm enough that the electric furnace hasn't cut in. All right, let's go outside. Okay, it's warm out here. Yes, warm. Too warm to go haul water because it would be spin, 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 spin. Yes, spin, spin. And it was warm enough that we got the 48 Chevy sedan delivery started, and it was covered in ice, and we drove it ahead because it's going in the shop next to get the electric fuel pump put on, oil change, block heater, yeah, full service, and a carb kit, so it's not running like a diesel on an idle. So we're at the welding sleigh here. Okay, so as the machine, the welder gets older and older, we're having troubles with it taking forever to start. So Sir Rodney got us these, and it's not overfilling the filter, okay, because there's the factory Kohler fuel pump. Oh, glare. Is that better? There, that's the Kohler factory fuel pump. Okay, so it wouldn't seem to sucking. Also too, even it took forever when we're sucking off the tank on the machine. So I started it up. The master switch has now been installed after 10 years, and we isolate the battery. So now when we turn the master switch on, the fuel pump cuts in, we open the fuel from the 45-gallon barrel or from the fuel tank at in the base of the machine. Oh, these lips. So now this thing fired right up, so that saves on battery and that saves on the starter malfunctioning. All right, let's go burn some lunch in the microwave. The staff will be here right after lunch because we have a full production day outside.
12 p.m. and I'm just getting ready to make lunch. I'll be having leftover spaghetti from last night. The dogs have been in and out most of the morning. It's actually pretty nice out here right now. That sun is warm. I'm not sure if you can hear, but the snow is melting off the roof, which is making it drip behind me. Now let's head inside and eat. I also got the quad out. That way you can sit in the sun and warm up. Almost 1 p.m. and I'm just finishing up lunch and fed the dogs. Now I'll head over to the kingdom and see what my dad's up to. Pretty sure we're just going to take the 46 down to the wood pile and fill up the wagon and then do some firewood. Made it to the kingdom and it's so warm out here. The snow is melting on the roof and my dad is able to fill his pails with water. Now we'll head down to the shop and put the tire chains on the 46 and then get the Mini out and go down to the wood pile and load the big wheeled wagon. We're not going to do the toboggan today. My dad still has enough firewood, so I'll just fill everything out of the wagon once it's filled. Down at the 46 now, my dad's going to jack up the back. That way we can put the tire chains on, then we'll take it around and shovel out all the core and stuff that's in the back here, and then head down to the wood pile. Looks like the tire chains do not fit on here properly with the inside tire, so we are going to take the tires off and get the inside one out and then put the tires back on. The last thing we want to do is wreck them, so we're just going to switch everything over. Got the dual tire off and now the tire chain fits on there perfectly. My dad just went to go get the tarp straps and then the tool to tighten it. Then we can lower it down and do the other side. 1:30, we just got the duals off and both the tire chains on. Now we'll start up the 46 and go to the back of the house and empty out the wagon and put the tailgate on. And then my dad will go down the south trail to the wood pile and I'll take the Mini around and meet him over there. 2 p.m. We're down at the wood pile now. It shouldn't take me very long to fill the wagon up. That's all we're going to do today is just fill this up and park it back over by the host shack, and then I can fill the pails. My dad doesn't need much firewood. As you can see here, it's all pretty much small stuff, which is pretty good, and just kindling, which is what we need. The long trailer in behind the house has some long stuff in it, so if I need to, I can always go back there and grab some. 2:30 and I got the wagon filled. I also went down on the other side of the wood pile and fluffed up all the long stuff there, so when I have the toboggan out tomorrow, I can get some of that. I'm also going to take up these 3 pallets for the shop. Not sure where my dad is. Oh, looks like he sees me finally. So I'll record him going up to the kingdom. I did beep the horn a few times, but he must have had his earplugs in and didn't hear me. Not sure if you can see it. There is a Timberwolf. There is a Timberwolf down where they had their little cement plant. You can just see it in behind that truck there. I thought it was a dog at first, but the way he's running, that's a wolf. That's a black one too, and he looks extra healthy. Sorry about the last video. There is a Timberwolf down where they had that little cement plant. You can kind of see it on the last video. I thought it was a dog until it stood up and started moving. I'm officially done in the kingdom. We got all the firewood done. Now let's head back into WHO-ville. 5 p.m. and this is the temperature we're sitting at right now. It's 0 degrees Celsius, which is 32 degrees Fahrenheit. We even had the feels like on the bottom. It was extra nice out there today. I wore too many layers and I got hot. As you can see, the sun is just starting to go down. It'll probably cool off. It still says there's snow coming, so let's see if that actually happens. Now let's head inside, let the dogs out, make supper, and end my day.
Okay, just about 5 o'clock and we got to get it done. Yes, we got to get it done. So we had to make up a battery cable. Yes, we don't kink the ends or crimp the ends or whatever. We soldered them on. Lots of paste. Yes, lots of paste, lots of solder, lots of heat. You got to use that colored one there for the Bunsen burner. It gets out the most heat. All right, so we made that cable. So now we can go over here because we took voltage out of those batteries last night for the heater and for today too. All right, so we got the wood stove going. That worked out pretty good. And over here, we're finishing off the batteries. So we took some of those old shelves we took apart back in the fall, yes. So these are the non-straight ones that are now holding the battery down. We've put, strips of material behind at the back to, make it so the batteries can come out. And these are the strips from inside those plywood core boxes. So we're recycling, repurposing. So if we're not using them as strips for holding the batteries, we're using them in the wood stove to keep us warm. Yes. So okay, so now we can run the battery cables, hook everything up, and then we can charge the batteries. Yes, charge the batteries. And then we know they're fully charged for when when the power source goes outside. Plus we got to do the oil change and fuel filter. Yes, get it all done right. And then we'll test out this, heater outside and see how it works. See if the control panel actually works. It's backwards, but oh well, we're having fun in theory. Okay, 6 o'clock in the kingdom and I got the mini power source running. The dogs are going nuts. That black wolf is back in the yard. Probably looking for Little Red Riding Hood. So let's go in the shop and look at the power source. Yes, the staff's power source. Oh, the joys of having windows. Look at that. You can see it. All right, did we go? Okay, look at that. The boss will be impressed. Almost worked till 7 o'clock. But we wanted to get the power source done for the staff. Yes, that way it can go out of the shop. So we put the snorkel tube blowing that way. We marked the date on it. We have all the keys and accessories so she can change batteries or belts or whatever. And we did the oil change, but we didn't change the fuel filter because not many hours on. So we got it all ready. Everything is good to go. The batteries are all on, looking nice and neat. The cables are all pushed against the wall, so when you walk in, no problems. Yes, and we got the splash guard on there. And we made a little slot up there for putting the cords in, because everything plugs in the top, so the cords can fit up there and then hang down. Yes. So as I check their feed the wood stoves tonight, I'll monitor the battery charging situation, and then I can unplug it. Yes. Oh, and the wood stove's going here. We're on to wood stove and get the shop nice and warm. It's so warm outside, so I'm not taking much to warm up. Oh, these lips. I need a beverage. Okay, it's warm out here, slight breeze. Now fuses was up and working to be discharging the batteries. We got the wood stove relit in the hose shock because it was let it burn out because it was so warm today. And we were smart. Tire chains on, pulled the wagon, no problems. Yes. In the past, we'd, I would say, get stuck a few times, pull it out with the loader, the cats, or with a mini hoe, and then put the chains on. We're getting smart in our old age. We're not walking the dogs tonight for safety because that black wolf was hanging around at 2:43, I think the staff recorded that on frickin' real. Plus there's been lots of activity behind the house. The dogs have been barking nuts, so what's the point? Well, I would say, plus I don't need the exercise. All right, let's go walk let's go give the dogs a treat for not going for a walk, and we'll make a video and we'll talk to you later. Oh, these lips.